All right, welcome back to Figure Drawing Practice with Clothing, and we're going to draw this guy here, and he's got lots of folds, lots of things to work on. So here we go. We're going to start again with a quick gesture drawing. Try to stay quick, as always. I know I say a lot of the same things, just reminders for myself and for you. These are the things I'm thinking about when I'm drawing and trying to remember for myself to stay quick and not to spend so much time on gesture. The wrench there. And his arm over here. Let's see. Okay. Just checking it out. Comparing it. And I think it's all right. I'm just going to kind of work on the head placement here. Maybe my legs need to be a little longer. This leg in particular. Okay, let's see where his head is here. Okay, I think I'm going to work on my shapes now. Check my focus. Okay, let's see. So, chest down there, the head on top of it. And we got a pretty, almost straight up, kind of slightly downward profile here. Okay, so from here, let's go. Got his waist here. He's really hunched over, obviously, in this position. And the top part of this leg, his right leg, but the leg to the left, is very foreshortened here. So the knee's actually kind of here, as I look at it, I think, because we can see a little bit of his leg there, and then it goes down. I think I exaggerated this a little too much. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to go with it here. I think it looks a little more clear. His foot kind of angled in a little bit. Just comparing his heel, his other heel's there. So the heel's a little closer. Okay, let's see. Okay, so looking at his heel, it's kind of under the midline here. leg. And the pants flare out there. I'm just trying to position the leg and the foot. All right, and then the foot is bent. Something like that. And his shoulders, somewhere up here. Got this little shape going here on this cylinder for his arm. And this one curving like that. And up to his hand. Get this angle right of the knuckles. It's a little, I think it's a little more like that. Okay, popsicle right now. We'll leave it at a popsicle. All right, and then his shoulder. His other arm, I believe, is going back. Hard to tell with all the clothing there. His forearm and his other hand. He's got his thumb bent in this weird little position here. And I wish I could credit this picture. I don't know where I got it from. It's hard for me to credit them if they don't have the if they don't have it on the picture itself, because I just forget. I've just gathered so many of these figure drawing references for years, and I don't remember where I got some of them from, especially if it's not from a book that I bought or a pack of photos that I purchased. I really don't remember. Okay, now let's get a little bit, just a few marks here for the face before we get to the details with a black pencil. Nose. And I feel like I shoved his face out more than his face is. Hard to tell without the clothing there. All right, we're gonna deal. All right, hairline, and I'm gonna rough out some parts of the jacket here. This is going down. Really dark. I hope you can see it well enough once this exports and renders. Guess we'll find out. Okay, I think we shall go with this and go from here. All right, so I'm gonna knock it back as per normal. Okay, there we go. Zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to start with a face. Okay, it is not an exact 3/4 view. His exact profile. It is really close. All right. And make sure I capture a concerned look on his face. Just a slightly concerned look about whatever's coming after him. Assuming something's coming after him if he's got this wrench. Okay. A concern wrinkle in his forehead. And let's see. It kind of comes straight from there. And ear, which, just for side note, is usually between the bottom of the nose and the eye. Okay, got some of the details in the ear here. And moving right along up to his hair. Okay. All right, feeling all right about the face. Doesn't exactly look like him, but I think it's enough to work with, or decent enough to work with. Okay, going from here. All right, so most of his body is covered by clothing, so starting with a jacket up here coming around his neck. So obviously everything's hanging from his shoulders here with the jacket. So this is coming straight down. I'm going to stop there because that arm is in the way. So I'm going to work my way out to that arm. So here is the top of the jacket. Mostly following the form of his shoulders and his traps. And then it squares off here. Let's see, there's a seam right here coming down. It just gets dark in there. And let's go around the arm here. Okay, so I know where the arm is. So we've got these loose, very loose folds, spiral folds kind of coming around here. They're all kind of bunching kind of towards his underarm here. Move that slightly up. Gets really dark in there. Pretty much goes to black. I'm gonna have to use that, I think. And let's see. I know in a lot of these drawings I'm not adding a lot of value, but it really helps a lot since I'm just focusing on teaching. We're using mostly line work, but adding some value to your drawings to me is like just what makes everything pop. All right, so the top of this part kind of follows his forearm, and because it's all bunched up over here, it's coming short on his arm. Down and around, and this is mostly all smooth, right? So, all right, he's got some cuffs there. Ooh, fumble. All right. Now there's a sweatery looking thing coming out from there. Coming down, kind of around, and then fold it out. All right, now he's got a watch too, just to make this more interesting, I guess. So drawing a ellipse there. And then wrapping this around his wrist. You don't see much of it up top. All right, which brings me to his hand. All right, let's see here. So I got this top finger kind of sticking forward a little bit more than the other ones. Kind of wrapping down like that-ish. No, it's longer than that. As I look at them and compare them, let's see. So top finger, then coming down. All right, let's see, next finger. Knuckle up there too. All right. And go from there. So feel free to turn your paper any which way you need to get your angle, your pencil feeling more comfortable. Sometimes I need to a lot. Sometimes it's kind of hard with the camera here on top to get a different angle. But if I'm drawing just without a camera or whatever, I turn the paper all sorts of ways just to get it comfortable. Hopefully as I'm doing this, I'm keeping it on camera. That is another concern. All right, we'll live with a hand. And up to the wrench. All right, we got an angle on the wrench here. Meaning we're seeing two sides of it. And a little bit of it peeking out over here. The popsicle, which is all it is right now. Look, I think this is coming down more like that. I was kind of drawing it a different way. We'll see. Okay, all the little intricacies of a wrench. Let's see. Part looks rounded. It comes out straight again over here. Okay, this part goes around and curves around. Something like that. We'll just square it off there. Not sure what is going on. Hard to tell. And here is the part that moves up and down. And we're going to bring that in there. And the angles look all weird. Holy moly. Oh, I hate this wrench. It's killing me. I wasn't even looking at that angle. I gotta make all those parallel. Holy moly, this wrench is killing me. And I usually do love perspective stuff. Well, not about love, but like. This is my nemesis. Evil wrench. It's just the angle is weird. It's like, I don't know, weird to draw. Fine in real life. Pain for me to draw. All right, hopefully you had an easier time than I did. As long as you make these lines parallel, it'll be fine. Okay, moving on. Okay, jacket here. All right, this is all pretty smooth, coming down pretty smoothly. Got the, what do you call this? Collar? I don't even know what you call that. I avoid jackets at all costs if I can. You will rarely find me in a jacket. I mean, I will, if it's a wedding, I will still try to get out of it and hope it's more casual of a wedding kind of thing. Funeral, maybe. But man, I will not wear a jacket if possible. Okay, here we go. So it gets really dark into here. I think this just curls underneath. Hard to tell because what happens exactly, because it just turns to black in the photo. So we'll have to use our imagination. Okay, but here we don't. I can see the collar of the sweatery thing. All right, and then just under there, we got a, okay, I'm gonna draw his other jacket. The other side of the jacket here, not his other jacket. He's not wearing two jackets. Okay, bunches up a little bit here. And let's see, the collar, it's coming down from like right around his chin. Actually, I'm missing the wrench there, but I'm going to put it behind the wrench just for clarity's sake. Going here. Okay, and then mostly we're seeing collar here. So I'm looking almost straight across from this here to make it, whether it's accurate to the picture or not, it'll look better. And this edge comes out, down, and we get a little fold here as it comes up and around his leg. All right, which now lets us do this, all the parts inside here. So we've got a very sloppy looking wrench. But besides that, okay, we got this crease right there. And then we got this kind of fold coming down like this. And then it goes really dark in there. And looks like it folds over there. I know that picture must be really hard to see. It is for me, and I'm looking right at it. And once again, once you render everything out in the editing program, the resolution, everything changes, so I'm sure it's going to be super hard to see. So it just comes down and then folds a little bit and folds again and bunches up there a little bit from what I can tell. All right. Moving on. I'm going to work my way down on this one. So I'm going to go from this part right here to get all this. I'm going to start here with his wrist, or with the jacket on his wrist, actually. So it's around here. Hand comes out there. Now I can do all this because it's so bunched up in all these loose spiral folds. Let's see, I want to kind of make sure I get where the elbow is correct. So there's like a little bunch here. Bunch there and there. And it really, you know, again, you don't have to make these folds exactly as they are. use what you want, and you know, it's just reference. All right, so getting some of these spirals, looking how it bunches up down here. Okay. Had a lot of shadow underneath there because it just helps define the form, and I think it looks good coming out of these folds here, these spiral folds. But if I'm going to define some shadow there, I kind of have to put it in other parts of the picture as well. Oh, a little bit of detail on his neck there I kind of forgot about as it kept moving. All right, let's knock this hand out. Okay, starting with the thumb, since it's kind of in front of everything else. Okay, getting that first pointer finger right there. Not liking what I see so far, but we're going to see how it pans out once the rest of the fingers in the hand is there. Okay, let's see here. See a little bit of his palm coming out from there. Okay, let's see here. So where do you see a little bump over here on this side? I have no idea what that is. Is it like a, is it his palm being weird or some finger? I don't know. So I'm gonna, luckily it's kind of minor. Okay. I don't think his palm splits around there, but I don't know. I don't think the split goes that far back. It just throws me off. I think the split would be like there. All right. I have a feeling I'm not going to like the hand in the end, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to move on. Coming down to his legs. Okay, I'm going to get the seam here, his jeans. Okay, and obviously he's in his crouch position, which is bringing a lot of tension in the fabric here. So you got these tension lines coming across. So let's see, let's get the top of the, well, let's go this side first. Okay, hand resting on the knee. And obviously this knee is a point of tension as well up here as it's pulling on the fabric. We're getting all these little folds coming from there. Let's see the bottom of the foot, or the bottom of the pants here. Okay, so it kind of breaks the tension here as it sits on the foot. So one, two, this comes down, yeah. And then you get a little bunched up there at the bottom. one here. Another little bunched up area here. All right, and then the leg. Okay, looking at the other side here. Okay, so this bunches up there, goes up, and then gets pulled there. And we just get a little bit of tension lines coming here. Okay. And it even folds over here in the bottom a little bit. Pretty much right where the seam is though, so that's going to be kind of hard to depict. All right, let's see. The seam coming up. All right. And if you want to add value, I could even use some loose hatch lines, kind of like that. Add a little bit of depth in those folds there, since I added value in other places. You can see a little bit of tension lines there. Not as strong folds though, so I'll just do, I'm just going to draw them with the hatch lines. So that's another way to distinguish, right? How soft or how, a line is, can insinuate how soft the fold is, right? If I just want to add a little bit of like a ripple kind of in the fabric, I can do that. Okay, let's go to the other leg where it's so tight here. You can really see the knee and all the shape like kind of all defined there, and the leg muscle and everything, because it's being pulled so much. All right, and then the jacket folded over there. All right, here, let's see the leg. Okay, and this is being pulled here, and then it just flares out towards the foot. Right, I'm gonna draw the edge of the fabric once again. Like that. Kind of fold it up there. All right. Looking at it, his knee actually comes out way further as I look at this picture. Probably about there. All right, easy fix. Maybe. Ideally, I would have spotted this earlier, but I didn't. Started feeling a little short there once I started looking at the folds. And a great way to see your proportions is just to look at your picture, look at like where his thumb is in relation to his knee, and where yours is. Mine's still short. It's still short. It's still probably out there. Like look at where his body is in relation to, other parts of his body, right? And then you can kind of gauge how it is on your drawing. And I didn't do that well. Okay, I'm trying to go fast for the video, and I know it's still been a long video. But one of the reasons I wasn't as careful as I should have been. All right, much longer knee. All right, here we go. Lots of tension lines here. So we got, well, let's start with this major fold here. Right there. And so just in drawing, like I probably said this many times, but I think the difference between making a good drawing or being, you know, a good artist or a better artist than you were or I was or whatever is the ability to make changes and see your mistakes. When I have students, the hardest students to teach are the ones that don't even see their mistakes. That I point them out and I'm like, can you see the leg is too long, or usually it's too short actually. Your legs and your arms are short or whatever, and they just don't see it. You know, after you know, and I try to teach proportions and what they should be and how far. But when they don't see it, you can't fix it, right? So the ability to see your mistakes and fix it on your own, I think, is what improves you as an artist. I see it as just a series of improvements, right? You're making your drawing and you're constantly fixing them, and hopefully you make less mistakes as you get better. But you know, mistakes happen, and just improving them or seeing them and fixing them is hopefully going to make your drawing better. And you know, they're never perfect, and there's just, you know, degrees of better, I guess, you know, or degrees of good. And so don't ever be afraid to fix a mistake, you know, no matter what stage you're at. The reason, or one of the reasons, or one of the good things, I guess, about doing like a gesture drawing, you know, and then the shapes and all that is hopefully it helps you catch your mistakes earlier. Like hopefully I would have caught that mistake in the gesture or in the shapes, you know, stage. But you know, whatever, you make your fixes whenever you see them. All right. All this tension pulling from the knee here. Finally come to the end of this long drawing. So many folds in this picture. Okay, and lastly, just our feet and our shoes. So it's going to go around my foot shape here. All right, little crease in the foot there. So we got really dark shoes going on. All right, and finally my last shoe. So heel kind of poking out over here like that. The heel of the shoe, that is. Most of the details are hidden from the bottom of pants. Thank you, pants. Very much appreciate that right now as I'm trying to speed up and finish this thing. So my video is not an hour long. All right. All right. Not my finest work. Now this feels long to me. I feel like maybe the hand is a little bit big and long, but yeah, things get wacky sometimes. I'm watching my drawing, but I'm also looking at the video, and it looks different in my paper than it does in the video. And I get like, I'm going back and forth looking at both. It's kind of funny. All right, but not too bad. All right, and there it is. There is our guy and all his folded bits of clothing. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had some fun. I hope you guys learned some things. And stay tuned for the next tutorial.